Welcome to the channel, Rescue the One Initiative, where the rescue become rescuers. You know what? Most men don't fall apart in public. We don't scream, we don't collapse, we don't ask for help. We break silently. We break in our thoughts, we break in our sleep, we break in our marriages, we break in our anger, and in our numbness. And on the outside, the whole time, on the outside, we look fine. And so, I'd like to welcome you to Rescue the One Initiative. My name is William Gill, U.S. Army veteran retired, and I care about you. And I want you to know you are not alone. Today, I want to talk about the silent battle. The battles men fight that no one sees. And, this matters because if you're a man, especially a veteran, you were trained to endure, to push through, to compartmentalize, and you know what? That skill may have saved you in combat, but it can destroy you in civilian life. Because what we don't deal with doesn't disappear. It goes underground into a secret place that only you have access to. And so, it's something else. Recently, we've seen story after story in the news of respected men, veterans, leaders, men described as strong, successful, doing well, who suddenly took their own life. And every time we hear the same thing. No one saw it coming. He seemed fine. He never said anything. That's the silent battle. These men weren't weak, they were alone. They didn't lack strength. They lacked permission to say, I'm not okay. So, what is the silent battle? Well, the silent battle is a war inside a man that never gets named. It can look like unresolved trauma, guilt or shame from the past, anger you don't understand. It can look like numbness you can't explain. It can look like identity loss after the uniform comes off. Pressure to be strong for everyone else. And you know what? Most men don't even call it pain. They call it stress or burnout or just being tired. But deep down, we know something isn't right. And so the question is, why men stay silent? And I came up with 2 or 3 reasons, right? Men stay silent for 3 reasons. Number 1, silence was taught as a strength. We learned early, man up, men don't cry. Number 2, we don't have language for pain. We feel it, we just don't know how to name it. It's an emotional thing. Number 3, we fear being exposed. We're afraid of looking weak or broken or failing. And so we pretend. And pretending slowly kills the soul. I'm a Christian, and I want to give you a biblical truth here. Psalm 34:18. It says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Notice, God doesn't shame broken men. He moves towards them. But there is one thing. Here's the thing. What stays hidden can't be healed. God can't heal the version of you that's pretending. So you have to take a turn here. There's a turning point. The rescue always begins the same way. And how is that? We talked about it last time. With honesty. Not a speech, not a breakdown, just one sentence. One sentence. I'm not okay. I'm tired. Something's wrong. I've been pretending. Listen, that sentence isn't a sign of weakness. It's courage. And before we end today, let me ask you one thing. One question I want to ask you men before we end. What silent battle are you carrying right now? Think about it. You don't have to tell everyone, but you do need to tell someone. And if you don't have anyone yet, that's why Rescue the One exists in the first place. We don't have to fight the silent battle alone anymore. You don't have to fight the silent battle anymore. If this message spoke to you, I want you to subscribe. I want you to give me a thumbs up. Share it with one man who needs to hear it. Because sometimes rescuing the one starts with you. You don't have to pretend here. As I told you before, you don't have to pretend. If you need help, you want to reach out, and the Veterans Hotline, right? We have a hotline, and reach out to 988 and press the number 1. Gives you immediate access to someone who will listen. If you're depressed, if you're suffering from anxiety and you need help. There's a plethora of things that you can go to and get help with out there, veterans. There's no excuse. And when all else fails, you can email me at willgill, WILLGILL, 7, at yahoo.com. Give me a little while to reply to you. I got a lot of emails. But I wanna make sure that you contact someone. Tell somebody. I'm not a therapist. Listen, I'm not a doctor. I'm a product of the product, right, that I'm talking to you about. And that is to get help, seek help, and don't remain silent. Remember, you don't have to pretend here. You don't have